It is a global warning when rivers start to overflow and start to become more dangerous. It is a global warning when extreme fires due to increased high temperatures destroyed over 600 homes in Colorado last year. It is a global warning when hurricanes take the lives of over 1,800 people in New Orleans in 2005. Scientists all around the world have linked these issues to an increase of global climate or global warming. President Barack Obama has urged that we come together to save this planet and that we will not leave our children a world where the oceans rise and the famine spreads and terrible storms devastate our lands. Not only is global warming a huge threat to a downtrodden humanity, but it is a threat to the entire human race. Our great founders and those great brothers before us have surely been defenders and champions of the African American community, and our task now is to be champions and defenders of the entire world's community. This will be no easy task. We must create a change in our communities like never before, and we must do it now. For this change to occur, I have come up with a three-step program called EJC. This acronym stands for Change in Education, Change in Jobs, and a change in community. The first letter in EJC, Change in Education, is where we must start. President Barack Obama has stated that the black community will fall behind in the U.S. and the U.S. in the world if we do not change the way we educate. The African American community has lagged behind year after year and decade after decade compared to the white counterparts. As of 2011, 84% of African American fourth graders were not reading at the level, and as of 2007-2008 school year, only 6 out of 10 African American students graduated from high school. If black students are not motivated to achieve in the classroom, they will never be able to tackle the issues of global warming. Consequently, my brothers, our role as mentors are more important now than they ever have been before. If you already mentor a kid, mentor two. Set aside an extra day. Make an extra call. We cannot affect greater change without making greater sacrifices. Jewel Henrietta Callis stated that education opportunities is ineffective unless job opportunities follow. Thus, the second letter in EJC, Change in Jobs, is also needed to address global warming. With job unemployment rates as low as 1% for environmental jobs, there is plenty job opportunities in the environmental sector. In higher education, we need more brothers to heavily consider looking into these environmental-based jobs. The energy workforce is expected to need almost 110,000 employees in critical positions replaced by the year of 2020. Another way to decrease pollution in our environments is to apply diverse, out-of-the-box ideas to our current jobs. At North Carolina State University, Alpha through Alpha Goes to Green helps to match top students from MBA programs and business schools with privately owned companies to make the university more energy sufficient. In framing the environmental issues as a budget issue, business students learn to develop unique solutions for environmental issues. After renovations, experts predict that in 5 years, the university would have saved over $13 million and cut the university's carbon footprint in half, which would be the equivalent of taking 4,500 SUVs off the road each and every year. This is a great illustration that you do not have to be a scientist to affect environmental change. No excuses. We are not incompetent. We are leaders, and we are innovators, and we are thinkers. In all our capacities, we must use our respective skills to find solutions to global warming issues. The last and perhaps the most important part of EJC is the change in communities due to recent effects of global warming, such as tsunamis, floods, droughts, hurricanes, and etc. Many Americans still feel as though it is not a huge concern. Recently stated by the Washington Post, just 18% of Americans said addressing global warming was the highest priority for President Barack Obama and Congress. Only 18%? That's crazy, because the effects of global warming have nearly destroyed our communities, states, and even nations. You would think that people would take the issue of global warming more serious. Let's say, for instance, that someone wanted to renovate their home to make it more energy sufficient. This would do two things. cut down the utility of the homeowner while also employing the person that works there. Then let's say that every person on their block does the same thing. Then everyone on their block starts to tell everyone in their community. This would bring businesses into the neighborhood and would start to create jobs. Then the revenue from these jobs would start to create revenue in their communities, which would then create more money for taxes into the community. Then these taxes can be used to build better public schools, better public facilities and schools. And because there is more money in the schools than the school could, and because there's more money in the schools, then the school can afford better teachers and better books, which in turn could improve the graduation rate. And because students are striving for more academic excellence, this could boost their self-confidence, which could lead to less crime. And because the buildings are becoming more energy sufficient, it could cut down the cost of carbon footprints into the atmosphere, which can help reverse the problems of global warming. Wow. All this from global warming? So if you didn't think global warming was the problem, then think again. I am making a call to all alpha men, and let's go out there and make a change in education, make a change in jobs, and make a change in education, and let's do it now.